And then eventually you ask yourself, well, why would I even struggle and put any energy and work if I can just ask for money from others? They're like, oh, how dare you? All of us are working and you're not, and you're asking for money like a beggar. Like, shame on you. Hello, 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 beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome to the fourth episode of Written Pathways podcast, where I share with you my best practice to uncovering the most craziest subconscious and unconscious beliefs, which is journaling. In this podcast, I read you the passage from my journal, raw and honest, and then we go unpacking to the level of awareness I had at a moment, level of awareness I have right now, and showing you how things have shifted once I've uncovered a certain belief and how I am now, in hopes to help you on your journey. In the end of the day, I do believe that we are all mirrors to each other, and what I go through can really be helpful in your own journey. And by sharing my experience and simply sharing with you how do I deal with the most craziest situations in life, I believe that you can have a blueprint, have questions that you can also ponder on and sit with and analyze in your own time with your own brain and your own beliefs, and see how are you creating situations that you're living in right now, and maybe even tweak them for the better if that needs to happen. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about victimhood. So the first time I've discovered this term and this idea of being the state of victim was in the end of my second year of university, where for about 1 year I was in a very abusive relationship, and my tutor at the time sends me a website which basically says something like, guideline for victims of yada yada abuse. And I'm like, me? Victim? You don't know me, miss. That's not me. Sadly, or honestly, again, in divine timing, I owned up to that title. I realized that indeed I was in a victim state, and a victim state of mind, state of being, victim behavior, victim beliefs. But it did take me a very long time to actually own it and say that yes, I really was that. And I think the main step in actually overcoming any abuse is identifying within yourself those sub-identities, those behaviors that do align with the victim mindset. And over time, just by owning that, I had progressed and realized how that state was impacting my relationships, my work, my career, my family situation. Everything was really tied to it. And as time progressed as well, I became friends with that part of me, or rather the idea of victimhood. And I realized that it is something that follows me, or rather is still present sometimes, as something that I know and something that I use. So this passage that I decided to share with you today is a very good example of how can I own that part of me that I title as victim. So let's get to it. How am I benefiting being a victim right now? I keep asking for help, thinking I've helped people in the past and now it's my time to get help. I enjoy my lazy days, then ask others for money. I use excuses to not reply to people, postpone things, delay things, do whatever I want because I'm recovering from bad situation, from burnout. I can say that I don't feel like doing things. This can be me. It's a part, but so is the hardworking, responsible me. They need to find balance. Victim is not a leader, and the opposite of victim is not the aggressor. It's the one who caused, took action, is responsible for the action. Because victims let actions be done to them. A leader cannot be a victim of circumstances. They cause them, they lead them. So, by being in a victim mode, I take off, resign responsibility for the situations I'm in right now because other things impact my mood, state, and productivity. Hence, if I don't take full responsibility, if I don't lead, if I don't influence the course of action, I lead my life. I make it consciously, carefully planned, with intention. My intentions right now are take care of my body, my health, nutrition, my hair daily, feel love towards my mom and my siblings, create a space for community, foster connections, feel abundance, gratitude daily, ground in nature daily, with love. So, the way that I began this as well is comes from an understanding that regardless of what's happening in our life, bad or good, beneficial, not beneficial, uplifting, inspiring, positive feelings or negative, I do believe that everything is a result of our actions and our beliefs, and the universe and reality just reflects those beliefs to us. And also, the way that we perceive reality is something as neutral. The way that we perceive it is really the indicator of our subconscious, conscious, and unconscious beliefs. So the way that our mind perceives whatever situation that is happening then dictates what's happening, right? So something is happening, we see it, and then we give it a quality. We judge the present moment as good or bad or whatever qualities. And by taking responsibility of the victim side, I see it as a state of me, a state of my mind that believes that that is the best course of action right now, that is the best state for whatever reason. And that means that my brain, whether, like, let's say the logical part of me says like, no, being a victim is bad, but the patterns and the beliefs in my subconscious minds are still kind of dictating that state. So I need to understand, how am I benefiting from this state? Regardless of what's happening, my body, my mind, my heart, something in me believes that that is indeed the best course of action right now. That is the best way to perceive the situation. And so that has to be this way. So when I ask myself, how am I benefiting by being a victim right now, is really an opportunity for me to see like, okay, I am doing something right. So a part of me thinks that I'm doing something right now, and I just need to understand why is claiming myself to be a victim is helping me right now. And here we can really see that. So the way that I'm benefiting is I get permission to rest, I avoid responsibility, and I can ask for help. Clearly, it means in my brain that asking for help is only for the people that are not leaders, that are not creating situations. Because if you know what to do, and if you have a clear course of action, then you don't really need help. Because you're like, okay, I know where I'm going. It's there. So I'm going there. I don't need help. But if I need help, that means I'm unable to do this path by myself. And instantly there's an association with being a victim, being weak, being unable to cause a reality and make things happen. But also, I think it's really interesting. I say I enjoy my lazy days and postpone things, delay things. So by claiming myself to be a victim of a situation, or just by seeing myself, okay, I'm weak right now, I'm not in the state of, let's say, a leader, as I say, I only allow myself to rest when I'm in this state. So actually, as I now understand that taking a moment to rest is a freaking birthright, and I'm allowed to do that regardless of big to-do list, small to-do list, big money, small money, doesn't matter. Rest if you need to. Your body deserves rest regardless. It's unconditional. You don't need permission to rest. So by uncovering this, I'm also seeing how it dictates a lot of other areas of my life. So I will not allow myself to rest unless I identify as a victim. So those days when I'm, let's say, buzzing with good energy, I'm excited, I'm working, I'm doing all these things, I will not allow myself to rest because that's for the weak side of me. So I will overwork. I will eventually lead to burnout because the leader in me doesn't know, or didn't know rather, that I'm allowed to rest. So unpacking all of this is impacting also the opposite state, right? We're always both. Regardless, whether you're thinking that you're one or the other, you are always both, just in different times. That's why we have time. So we can experience being always on different spectrums, but only in one place at a time. And I like that. Anyways, so the goal, right, is to shift, in my perception at the time, is to shift from the victim to a leader, because the victim waits for life to happen to them and leader creates life. But I see them as opposites, and that they can only coexist at the same time, at different times. But actually, I believe the most beneficial way is to accept that they are parts that can coexist at the same time. That I can be a leader and I can ask for help. I can be a leader and I can create life and I can rest. So the victim mode, what I'm judging it as by actions that I'm saying, okay, what am I doing? This means being a victim, means that I cannot be a leader at the same time. It's actually telling myself, no, I can be. I can be. So once again, why victim is good for me? Because I have safety, rest without guilt, attention and care from others. That is a big one as well, because as I literally heard myself speak in the beginning of the podcast, where I say like, yeah, leader creates life, you don't need help, like accepting help is also a tricky one. Not everybody can accept help and ask help. Like these things are fairly difficult for some people, and especially women as well. And basically by identifying that I have an issue with and identify that as victimhood also gives me soil, gives me opportunity to heal that specific situation and say that no, I deserve to receive care and attention from other people without having to put myself in that situation when I'm so drained, I'm so unmotivated, I'm not good, I'm not feeling good, I'm not thinking good, and only then do I deserve love and attention and care from others. Because when I'm good, oh no, I don't need that. So also clearing that up is a way to go. So, however, it is so important to highlight for me right now to you that the consequences of identifying yourself as a victim and using all these things are quite dire, really. So by being in victim mode, we remove agency, delay goals, create shame, create dependency, and again, with the shame, it deepens the avoidance. So let me explain. Removes agency, pretty logical. Like the moment that I get addicted to receiving help from others, receiving money from others, and I say like, oh, I'm such a bad place, could you give me money, it makes things difficult to come back. Because here you are doing absolutely nothing, then the money comes to you, you keep on spending it on your needs, and then eventually you ask yourself, well, why would I even struggle and put any energy and work if I can just ask for money from others? And eventually it can create a certain loop. And then eventually you also start feeling shame because you're like, well, I'm not doing anything, like I'm like, and also sometimes like asking for money, some people get triggered and they shame you for that. They're like, oh, how dare you? All of us are working and you're not, and you're asking for money like a beggar, like shame on you. Especially when, anyways, they don't really know your situation. There's shame that can be placed on you. And if you start feeling that shame, you also start feeling like avoiding both ways. Actually, what I'm seeing now is you can avoid asking for help, and then you just kind of go lower and lower in your little spiral. You go down the spiral of just I can't ask for help. I'm useless. I can't work. I don't have the energy to work. I don't have anything to give. Da da da. And then you're also avoiding solutions, I think. An interesting note. I realized that a lot of us, in my perception, we have a lot of sub identities. So it's different archetypes. So maybe there's an archetype of a clean girl, that likes to go for Pilates and yoga and get her matcha and da da da. Then there is the, let's say, maybe a seductress lover girl who loves tantric temple nights with her partner, and that is a little bit dominatrix as well, like something like that. So there's all these different archetypes and all these different ways that those archetypes behave and act and think and believe in things and yada yada. So by giving a specific role and a specific title to that side of me that is the victim, I think it humanizes it a bit, and I stopped feeling shame for her to say that yes, sometimes I can fall into victimhood. I actively work on it. I try not to. I boost other archetypes, but the part of me that wants rest, that wants to accept help from others, that wants care from others, that in the end of the day, she's just depleted. She just wants rest. She doesn't want to do anything. That's pretty much the victim. My victim doesn't want to work some days. She feels lazy. She postpones things. She delays things. She doesn't want to answer to those messages. She doesn't have energy. Poor girl, she doesn't have energy. So give my victim, cut some slack. Give her some time to rest. So by humanizing and just giving her these qualities that yes, she's depleted, I feel like deep inside me, I can respect her more. I can accept her a bit easier. It is difficult for me to accept that there's moments when I am depleted of energy because I'm so convinced and still like that conditional self-worth that I constantly speak to you about on my podcast. It's such a wound of mine and it's, as I'm telling you, it projects in so many different ways. Seeing now that's also the rest, the victim, all of these things, like the way that I judge that part of me, like this just doesn't want to do anything. By giving her a role and by giving her responsibility to come in, remind me that I need to rest. So when I'm I expect my victim to come up to me and say, we're coming out. We are going to come out soon. It's time to rest. It's time to schedule a day of doing nothing. And like that, I give her space. I see her, I accept her, I love her. That day I don't do anything and I just allow my victim to be. Because then I know that in 365 days, she's going to come out, I don't know, like maybe 10. And then the rest of the days, I'm going to be the doer, the go-getter, all of the other archetypes that I can embody, that I can be the leader that I inspire, that I respect, that I see myself as when I'm full of energy, when I have energy to give and pour it into my projects. That's when the leader comes out. But that energy is not endless. And that's when the victim wants the lights. She wants the stage. And I'm happy to give it to her. And this way, I would like to invite you to sit with the tired you, the one that you judge the most, the one that doesn't do something, that doesn't say something, that whatever. Identify moments in time and situations when you are benefiting from the negative judgment, the negative explanation that you judge yourself as. I hope that this explanation was beneficial for you and that you can see yourself in some of these sub-identities, ways of thinking, ways of being. And I just hope that this passage inspired you to accept every single part of you, even the ones that society, your family, your partner, yourself deem as inadequate. She is, he is, and give them space. And like this, I say goodbye to you today, and I hope to see you next time on Written Pathways. Bye.